Good evening everybody and welcome back to RFL Season 6, Round 2 around the Bahrain International Circuit. I'm your commentator for today, Morgs5631, and I'm joined today by one of our old commentators and drivers, Callum G.
Yeah, it's good to be back to quite a nostalgic night tonight for round 2 of what has been a pretty decent season so far. Last week in Australia, maybe a little bit of a lacklustre opening round of the season, but got a few fresh faces in for this week and hopefully we can get a season up and running again.
Yeah, so we've got, in case you missed last round, we had a pretty entertaining round, I have to admit, in which Rapid came out on top after avoiding penalties, which other drivers couldn't do. Antiv Beacon crossed the line in first place in that race. Rapid was second in the end across the line, with Sims and Vivid actually came in third and Sims in fourth. A very entertaining race as a whole, with Australia with strategy being the key there, with a lot of safety cars, and obviously you didn't see it, Callum, but I mean, if you look at the grid, who would you say are the ones that you want to look out for in this race?
I think a few names that you can stand out for you is BDG Clone, BDG JJ Rocks, King Con, a few probably quite close mates of mine, BDG Smash as well, if I didn't mention them, all very, very quick drivers. I think they're starting from the back tonight. I don't know if they'll be regulars in this league, but they will definitely be ones to look out for. Flying Rosé as well. I don't know, he didn't have the best round one, but I think he was looking good last week for the win. I think penalties and things like that just cost him a little bit. He'll be one to look out for as well as Lapid Cook. Obviously, he's leading the championship at the moment. Had a very good last season. I'm pretty sure he just missed out at the championship at the final round. So, yeah, there's a few big names to look out for tonight.
Yep, obviously Rapid the winner last time out. Rossi obviously crashing on the final lap, which was very unfortunate for him because he was doing well about second place. He was holding on to the lead for quite a significant amount of that race to his teammate in that race, and to Beacon. But yeah, we've definitely got a lot of drivers to look out for. Sims and Antid, though, the champion favourite. Sims actually got pole last time out, and he's actually started his lap at the moment, the end of Sector 1, gone purple Sector 1 as well, so not a bad start. He wants 2 poles in a row, and he's going to be looking to potentially get a podium at this time out, which he did lose in the end after penalties last time out, and slipped down to 4th place. So Bahrain at the circuit, Callum, what would you say is the difficulty around this track? What are you looking for in a quick lap around here?
I think you've got a very different, it's quite a different track compared to most ones. Controller probably very favoured round here. It's quite, as I just mentioned there, controller very good round this track. Had a lot of heavy traction zone, especially turn 1, going up the hill into turn 2, turn 3. That's probably where you're going to see like your likes of Vapid, Cook, Sims, who I know are JJ Rocks as well, who I know are all in the controller, so they'll really be probably your favourites tonight, especially for qualifying. Other than that, it's very simple lap. You've got that tricky, I think it's turn 10 and 11, that downhill left, double left-hander, that's another very tricky corner. And then there's a few other ones coming in the final sector, but other than that, it's fairly straightforward. There shouldn't be many qualms for the drivers tonight around here.
Yep, Adam Lee at the moment is fastest on a 26.8. Rampage is a second and a half almost away from that on the soft common tyres. Then Cal and Kislesko on medium compound tyres, 28th, mid 28th for them. Alfarati going in 29.3 into last place for the running drivers at the moment. But Vapiku, he's finishing his lap in the Williams car around the final corner. Sims actually came into the pits at the end of his lap. He didn't like how it was going. Came into the pits, yellow flag 6-1, and also Vapid comes into the pits, similar to his teammate at the end of the lap. Was on for a decent lap, but maybe they're eyeing going on the medium for this race to do the one-stop strategy. And to Beacon, is he going to finish? No, he decides to chip into the pits as well and not finish that lap again.
Yeah, I think soft to hard is 100% possible, but I think medium to hard is very similar to the situation last game. Medium to hard also is quite doable. I remember this time last year at the very start of the game round here in Bahrain. It was a very good race. I think you did commentate on it, Moggs, a race in it, and a few drivers did do that soft to hard round here, but a lot of them got cut out then with punctures or really poor tyre wear at the end, and that's when these people in the medium to hards will really start to come through. So Adam Line Rampage at the moment, they might be first and second, and they will probably lead the majority of the race, but when we come into the later stages of the race, you will see the likes of Cal or whoever's near them doing that medium to hard strategy that will definitely start to come into play.
Yep. As Kisleska, who just span there on the exit of turn number 2, just seemed to have lost the back end there and span it around. So disappointing for him. He was just starting a lap, and those are the tyres where he set his fastest lap on as well. Not going to do good for his tyre wear if he plans to start the race on those tyres. We have got the 2 Racing Point car out on the wet compound tyres. And there's one into the wall there. BG Smasher on the wet into the wall. Those guys start from the back, so they're kind of just messing around, but they're keeping out of the driver's way, which is good. Flying Robbie also, he was a big contender last week. He's both on the intermediate in the pit, so we'll see what's going on there. These guys are probably going to either qualify at the back or they're going to start in the mediums later on, so they're kind of just playing around a bit at the moment. So yeah.
Yes, 11 minutes left. It's quite an interesting one now. As you mentioned, a lot of drivers are trying to waste time, especially if they're doing that medium to hard. This game, you do not get a hard compound tyre. In qualifying, that's why we've seen a lot of drivers just out on intermediates or just driving around in softs and backing off. But then we do have those 2 drivers on the softs. Rampage coming into his lap, looks like he's invalidated his though, and he'll be coming into the pit lane. We've got Vapiku, he's out in softs again. I'm not too sure if he's trying to qualify in softs or he will be back in it again as well. Same with a lot of the other drivers. Because Slesko looks like he'll be starting a lap possibly. Oh no, he comes into the pits. At the moment,
he's done quite a few laps on his tyres, including the spin. I think he may be one that actually will switch over to the softs to start the race, because although those tyres are the preferable tyre to start the race on, he's done 2 laps on them, including a spin. Not going to help tyre wear at all. It might be beneficial to do the 2-stop, honestly, on those tyres. He's going to lose a lot of ground to start a race with those tyres, I think. And he's not really got a good grid slot at the moment as well. Being down in, 4th place, not where he wants to be, because that will slip down as drivers set laps, because at the moment, not many fast drivers have set laps. No disrespect, obviously, to Kisleska, Cal F1 and now Ferrari and all them. But not many fast drivers have actually set lap. We're looking to see what Anta Beacon and Sims, Vapiku, BDG Clone, and Advanced Fish will do on the soft or mediums later on this session.
Yeah, Vapiku looks like he's been starting another lap again. Again, will he finish that lap? It's all up for grabs, I think. With Vapid's pace, if he did choose to qualify in the softs, it would probably be a pole position for him. But the risk of doing that medium lap is anything can happen on that final lap. If it's like a 1-lap shoot, it's like a 1-shot qualifying, you could spin, you could run wide and validate it, you could make a mistake. That's kind of the risk of him doing this medium to hard. But at the moment it looks like he's pushing quite a bit as he comes in at this double left-hander. Opens at the corner and into this brake nice and hard. No lock up there, which is nice to see. Second gear, no first gear for Vapiku, and then on the exit nice and smooth there, no wheel spin. And as he comes up now to this left-hander, goes the track on the right-hand side, braking to the 75 metre. Misses apex ever so slightly, not using third gear as well, like to use high gears, does Vapiku. Now coming to this long right-hander, miss that carbon inside, and then get the car to as far left as possible for this pretty old right-hander, foot flat to the floor as early as you can. He's done that very nicely with Vapiku. It looks like it will be pole position if they decide to finish this lap. Coming at the final corner now, brake when that little white line comes across on your screen. Missed that carbon inside, third gear, up to 4th, quite nice and early. A little bit too early in the power for Vapiku, and he will come into the pits as well, so it looks like he'll be medium hard for Vapiku.
Yeah, I think we've actually got a situation developing with Adam Lee and BGJJ Rocks. I've been watching the mini-map, and it looks as if JJ's been either taking out Adam Lee or vice versa, but they both got damage. JJ obviously on intermediates, not obviously taking it very seriously at the moment, but whether he caused an incident with Adam Lee, I'm not sure whether Adam Lee hit him. They're both coming into pits now. They got massive front wing damage, so there's no point setting a lap on them. King Khan is finishing a lap, I think, on those intermediate tyres, but Sims is starting a lap at the moment on those softs. Whether he finishes a lap, I'm not sure. We've seen a lot of drivers, especially the top guys, back off at the end of their lap, not wanting to finish it. Then he comes to the end of, well, not the end of first sector just yet, but into that right-hander, and then out to the end of first sector. Once the sector split, it's a 27.6, not bad at all. And now he comes down the hill. Very tricky to get this right, because we could either clip a curb or run out too wide. And those curbs are very loose around here. They either spin you out or bounce the car up and down very severely. And now down into the tricky zone, braking zone of turn 10. Easy to lock up the brakes, but he does that very nicely. And now out. Looks like a very good lap at the moment, but obviously I don't think he's going to complete it. He's kind of just getting an eye in for the track and got one-shot quality pretty much at the end for those mediums. He might do what Ante Beacon did though, and kind of back off at the end, do a banker which puts him in a decent position, which is 5th for Ante Beacon, rather than risking starting at the back of the grid on those what tyres? On those medium tyres. There's no point starting at the back. You could start on the potentially lower down, higher up on those medium tyres. So with across the line, Sims hasn't actually backed off, and he actually gone faster for 25.6 from Sims, and not a bad lap at all. 1.2 seconds clear of Adam Lee in second place. Alfarati's moved up to third on those softs, and 27.2, so 4 tenths off Adam Lee, but still 1.8 seconds away from Sims. So a very, very solid lap from Sims, and he's actually showing you the intention to go a different way with strategy to what probably the other guys will be doing.
Yeah, I think Ante Beacon there puts his car in P4, but I think Sims might be a little bit disappointed with that going on the softs. I think he probably could get away with going on the mediums, and I mean 1.2 seconds is a sizable gap. I think if he got a good lap in the mediums, I don't see why he couldn't have put that car on pole with medium tyre, but he's chose the soft one. It's going to compromise him quite a bit for the race, so yeah, I think Sims definitely could have got away with starting on the mediums.
Yeah. Right, genuine question. I don't know what you know about the rules here, but Flying Rozzy in a dry session has set a lap on those intermediate tyres. If he finishes in the top 10, he doesn't have to start on those tyres, does he?
No.
I'm not actually 100% sure.
I think so, because I mean, it's like real life. If they imagine if it was like a wet qualifying, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it's a dry track, and other people set the lap for me. I don't know.
Imagine.
I don't think he will, but it'd be hilarious.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. That was quite a good lap. There's only 17 seconds off the pace. I mean, not too bad. Not a bad lap there from Rozzy. They can replicate that one on the softs. He'll be looking for pole.
Ante Beacon just set a purple middle sector. It becomes now down towards the final corner. So is he going to stick with the soft strategy, or is he going to back off and go for the mediums at the end? Let's have a look as he comes around the final corner. He actually dives onto the pits. He was on a good lap. He did set a purple middle sector, but backed off. He's going to go on those medium tyres now and pop in a lap on them to get the better strategy. And if his pace on those softs is anything to go by, he could probably get the front row here. But obviously we've got plenty of drivers yet to set laps. We've got BDG Clone, Vapaku and Advanced Fish, all yet to set lap times. And then maybe King Kong and JJ Rocks and Flying Rozzy will come out on more representative tyres and go for a lap as well. So, but at the moment, Ante Beacon looking good to potentially take a front row, but Sims looking in the best position for this qualifying session.
Yeah, just like that thing with Adam Lee and JJ Rocks. Adam Lee took out JJ Rocks, so there you go. Good
Is
maturity.
that JJ Rocks word, yeah?
Yeah, no, everyone else is backed up as well. So if that is true, that's pretty poor there from Adam Lee. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. But I mean, there's no need for that whatsoever. If that is true, it may not be true, but I'll take their word for it. I don't know why they would make that up, so there you go. That's poor from Adam Lee.
Yeah, we'll wait until if the stewards get involved anyway. I won't make conclusions now, so we obviously didn't see it. But Adam Lee is actually finishing a lap on those mediums. His fastest is on a soft at the moment, but is he going to be able to improve on those mediums? No, he can't. He dives into the pits, and he might go for a set of softs to do the shootout at the end of this session. So at the moment, fitted tyres, we've got Vapakoot ready to go out on set of mediums. Advanced Fish, BDC Clone sitting in the garage on a set of softs. Still got Rozzy, King Kong, and JJ Rock sitting in the garage on intermediate, so they're planning on not setting a representative time. Cal F1 is ready to go on the softs. Rampage, Ante Beacon, Adam Lee on mediums at the moment. Alfarati and Kislesko on softs. And Sims in softs as well. He's probably going to come out later in the session as well. So at the moment, 3 minutes left. Who do you fancy to pole at this stage?
I think Sims is the only proper person you could say. It depends really what like the likes of Rozzy and Vapa could go out on, but if it's what they're looking like, I'm assuming Vapa's going to go out in the medium tyre. I think that's a sensible option at the moment. I think Sims, looking back on it as well, will probably regret setting those laps on the softs, especially. Looks like he's got some serious pace around here, so I think Sims as well, he'd probably be regretting a little bit going out in those soft tyres, so I think he'll probably be looking a strong favourite for pole, but I think it's all about the people behind him, especially you've got your Vapid and Rozzy. I'm not too sure if any of the other lads are qualifying. I know you've got Advanced Fish, he's going out on softs. But I'll be interested to see how close Vappy can get that Williams to his teammate Sims. And if they can get that in the top 2, top 3, then Vappy's in for a serious shout for the race.
Yep, Sims has just said in the chat that he's planning on doing soft mediums for commentary entertainment. So, I mean, that's a very bold strategy. Because I remember, I think on F1 2017, maybe F1 2018, I tried to do that soft hard, and I was running up in second place in a very difficult league. For me, that was brilliant. And then I got punctured with 2 laps to go. Very sad. Flying Rossi's retired, so he's done for the day. But yeah, I mean, that's a bold strategy from Sims if he is telling the truth there. But I don't believe that's going to be able to be possible. Soft medium, yeah.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's yeah, it'll be
require a lot of tyre saving, maybe some safety cars.
I mean, soft hard's barely possible. I mean, I think was it not Vapid? He was on for the win this time last year, and then he got a puncture because of the soft hard. So
I think they're in
that's
season
different
4.
game.
I think he got a puncture with a lap to go. I think he was running his third, but I don't fully remember. But he gone for a good result and got a puncture, and I think another driver got a puncture in that race as well, if memory serves me correctly. I think it might have been his teammate at the time. I forgot who that was, but I'm pretty sure both Mercedes got a puncture in that race. But yeah, we're going on to the final lap now. Adam Lee has just started his lap. Sims warming up the tyres. Let's have a look at what everyone's on. Top 4 on softs, Antiv's Rampage on medium compound tyres, Cal's on softs, King Kong and JJ on intermediates, same with Clone, so they're not actually second representative. Vapiku on mediums, and Advanced Fish, who's been sitting in the garage almost all session on softs, so he is he's going for a one-shot quali here on the softs while the track's mostly rubbed in, potentially saving some softs for the race in case there's safety cars, or he just fancies a lot of pit stops. So anyone catching timesheets? Anta Beacon is improving on those mediums to his personal best, but obviously his personal best wasn't fully pushing for his relative pace. He comes to the top of the hill at the end of sector 2. He's now a second up on his personal best as he comes now down towards the final corner. This looks like a very decent lap. I think he's invalidated actually. Yeah, he has. He's invalidated his lap. He's got 7 seconds to go. He's not going to make it to start another lap here. Antif Beacon is going to start on those soft tyres in this race. The track map's red, so I assume that means he's been DSQ. Yeah, he crossed the line, improved to 26.6, would have put him on the front row, but has not claimed that due to him invalidating his lap.
Vapid he's on his lap there, the Advanced Fish has got in the way and he's now invalidated his lap. So Vapid could be starting 13th or possibly even last. Advanced Fish here, he ran wide out that left hand on the middle straight, and then he came back on the track opposite then to see Vapid. Vapid had to go off the track to avoid him, and it's giving him the validation. Vapid will not be happy with that whatsoever. It looked like a decent lap there, probably top 3 for him at least. So he'll feel really hard bound by there as Advanced Fish puts at P8, so Vapid will be starting last. That's really tough there for your championship leader.
Sims looks like he's going to improve and extend the initial pole that he does. Adam Lee's improved a little bit. Alfarati, let's see what he's doing. He's in a battle really with Adam Lee. He's 5 tenths down, so it doesn't look like he's going to make any inroads on any positions. What's Cal up to? He's 2 tenths up in sector 1 on his personal best. He will probably want to be trying to aim for positions higher up. No, he decides to back off. He will start P7. That is qualifying over. JJ Rock across the line at 37.8 on those intermediates. King Kong also on those intermediates. Same with CDG Clone, they're just finishing their laps at the moment. They're not actually, they want to start the back, and they are going to do so on those intermediates. King Kong comes across the line 11th. Smasher is in 12th and Clone in 13th. Vapicoot will start at the back of the grid, but your pole position man is Sims, but alongside him would have been Adam Lee, but with a 5-place grid penalty. He will start down in 7th, and it will actually be Alfa Arti in the Ferrari who will start in 2nd place. Kislesko will start 3rd. Antif Beacon on soft command tyres, not what he wanted, will start in 4th place, out of position. Watch out for him. Rampage in 5th, Cal in 6th, and then you'll have Adam Lee down in 7th, Advanced Fish in softs, and then you'll have the BDG JJ Rocks, Flying Grozzy, King Kong, Smasher, and Clone, who all didn't want to start the back. They'll be coming through, so watch out for them. And then Vapid Hoot, your championship leader, will be starting from last place after failing to set a lap time from invalidation and a potential block from his championship rival's teammate at the end of that session. that will be something the stewards will look over after. But a decent qualifying session. What's that grid look like to you, Callum? Is it an interesting race in prospect?
I think it's going to be a very good race. You've got those drivers starting at the back, even now Vapid Coot, which wasn't planned. But you've got Vapid, Clone, Smasher, Con, Rossi, and JJ Rocks all on those fresh tyres and starting at the back. They've got a little bit of work to do. They've been blessed a little bit by only having a bit of a shorter grid to the only 14 drivers. Yeah, only 14 drivers.
14.
So it's going to make their life a little bit easier. If there was more drivers, then it'd be tough. But especially JJ Rocks, who's starting P9, a good start for him. He could see himself in the top 6, top 5. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Then obviously he's got Sims out in front on those softs. Whatever strategy he's going to do, for the soft, medium, or soft to hard, or whatever he's going to do, he's really going to have to pull away to start. I don't think he'll have too much threat from Artie and Koslesko behind him. I think he's in a little bit of a league of his own compared to the people around him. But I think it's going to be a really interesting race with all these different strategies going on.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting race. Tyres, drivers just picking their strategies. We head on to formation lap. I think Alfa Arti on the front row is going to be an interesting prospect. And it's going to give, no offence to Alfa Arti and Koslesko, but I think that Sims has got a real opportunity here to make some inroads in this opening stint. He's going to have drivers that are going to be holding up the faster drivers whilst he can get away. I mean, again, no disrespect to Alfa Arti and Koslesko, but I do believe that the faster drivers are people like Ante Beacon, and then all the drivers from 8s downwards are going to be the ones that we need to really watch in this race. It kind of looks like a reverse grid, except Sims on pole and Ante Beacon in 4th, from what we'd expect it to be via pace. So we are set up for an interesting race, but Sims has been given a massive opportunity by the mess-ups of a couple drivers there, such as Advanced Fish, Ante Beacon, etc. And also drivers starting back on purpose, like Flying Rossi and then the BG boys. I mean, if you've got to pick a winner right now, who would you say the winner will be in this race?
I'm going to go quite ambitious. I'm going to say Vapid Coot from 14th in the grid. That's going to be last to first. I'm going to go quite ambitious though.
Yeah, that could be plausible. Obviously, Vapid had a very good performance last time out. He started 4th place last time out and was just very solid, not picking up any penalties. And that's always important around any track and can be quite crucial. And he proved it last time that not picking up penalties is the way that you need to. That he's going to try and win races this season, because he hasn't got the raw pace of his teammate or Ante Beacon, but he's definitely there to pick up the points and be consistent compared to them. And that's what we saw in Australia. But watch out obviously for the BG boys, and let's see how well also Alfa Arti Koslesko can hold on to these podium places, because don't count them out at all from finishing high positions, because they are good drivers and they could do some really good defensive work in this race.
Yeah, definitely can. Obviously we've got Flying Rossi in the back and Hards Finals under, and the rest outside or on those fresh set of tyres or on the mediums. Obviously get Cal on the mediums, and then the rest, all the top 9 are on the softs.
Yeah, so cars lining up on the grid now. We've got Sims on pole position, Alfa Arti in the Ferrari alongside. Quite a mixed up grid, and it's going to be an entertaining race in prospect. Here is the view from Sims' point of view as the final cars line up on the grid. Vapid Coot slots into his position, and we're ready to go here in Bahrain. So the lights are coming on ahead of the drivers. 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights. And we're away in Bahrain. Good start from Sims. Alfa Arti seems to get bogged down a little bit, and Koslesko's going to have a go at him. But Sims has got away very well. Ante Beacon had a good start as well. He's going to be challenging for 2nd place in the first corner. Is he going to be able to do it on the inside of Alfa Arti? Alfa Arti tries to cut him off but can't do it, and Ante Beacon takes 2nd place. Sims leads. Ante Beacon still side by side with Arti. They head up the hill in towards turn 4. Ante Beacon takes 2nd place. A brilliant start from him and exactly what he needs. Adam Lee up into 4th place, up to 3rd as he goes down the inside there into turn 4. A brilliant start from Adam Lee, the leader for quite a few laps last time out. He's still going side by side with Arti. They head down into the SS section here, but Alfa Arti going to get squeezed down the outside, and JJ Rock's going to go around the outside in the racing point. He can get the move done up into 4th place. A good start from him as well, as Rampage in 6th place. He made a position. Cal made a position as well. Vapid Coot stays in 14th position at the back as well. Flying Aussie's lost a few. Koslesko down to 11th from a poor start there. Ante Beacon right on the back of Sims though, as they head onto the first on the back straight here, up towards the end of sector 2.
Yeah, unbelievable start there from JJ Rocks there. starting P9, I watched the start on board with him. What a start he got. He's up into P5 well before turn 1, sent into turn 1, and it was outstanding, most committed moves he made into turn 1. Up into P4 now, he'll be looking to try and close down Adam Lee. But these two have got a little bit of history, so it will not be making it easy. But
Adam Lee on Anti-Beacon.
Yeah, we go.
Adam Lee on the back of Anti-Beacon. He had a good run there towards the final corner, but he doesn't want to make it because obviously a long straight coming up. He doesn't want to lose that. He doesn't want to lose that momentum down here and just lose the position. But Anti-Beacon, he's using a lot of VRS, and Adam Lee had nothing there to respond. He's not going to be able to make the move. And Anti-Beacon just shot off at Alpha Arty. There's a lot of cars walking down. I think it's just the game glitching actually. Or it was me missing a move. Yeah, it was because it said Vapacoots and it clearly is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any drivers side by side at the moment? I believe Clone is on the back of Advanced Fish. I believe it's the 8th position, but don't quote me on that. The positions are still messing up, so I'm not sure what the positions are. Sims is definitely still leading this.
Adam Lee spun. Adam Lee spun from P2 on the grid. I can tell you that much. I think he might have just dropped at P7. Don't quote me that one, but I can tell you he has spun. That's so unlucky for the Renault. He was looking fighty there on those first few laps, but he's going to have to pay the price for that one, and he's now down into P7.
Yep, he's going to have a little go at Rampage here, and he's got the position straight back, so he's on a charge. He was brilliant last time out, holding the lead for quite a few laps back in Australia. He got a real jump over the safety car and the strategy, but then did spin in the end and had to just pit fastest lap. Didn't get it in the end, Rampage beat him to it. But it was a disappointing result in the end last time out. But Adam Lee already spinning here in the first lap, and Smasher on the inside of Alpha Arty, trying his way to force his way past the Ferrari. And he's now side by side. They head down to the final corner of lap 2 of this race, lap 3 actually, according to the screen. I'm pretty sure it's lap 2. As down the inside goes Smasher, and he's going to take that 4th position. A good move by the Racing Point, but Alpha Arty can have a run back at him with the slipstream, with the OS, and he goes up to the inside. Adam Lee watching on, best seat in the house for this, and he can capitalise on any mistakes these guys make. Alpha Arty doesn't want to break it. Smash has gone straight off there. He's outbraked himself, and
it looks like
car glitched.
It looks like we've got a bit of a failure there for Smasher. He's now down at P3, so that bounty from Alpha Arty's caught up after all, and it's came in just now good amount of time. So unfortunately for Smasher, he's now dropped back to P13.
Oh, a real battle between Kisesco, Calef 1, Rapid and Florzi. There were four cars side by side there, and they headed up to the top of the hill. But they have sorted themselves out. Calvin in 9th, Kisesco in 10th, and Vapid in 11th. Vapid had a little look at the Haas there. In the lead as Smasher's off, down by turn 4. He's got something wrong with that car for sure. Sims though, he's under pressure now from Anti-Beacon. For the lead, just 2 tenths separate them. JJ Rocks has lost touch a little bit, but he's on the median, so this race will come back to him later on as strategy develops. But Sims is leading this race at the moment, ahead of Anti-Beacon. JJ Rocks 1.4 back, as BDG Clone has had an issue. He's stopped at the exit of sector 2. He's resumed down though, as Brad, he's going to have a run on the exit of the final corner. He's got DOS assistant as well. Virtual safety car's been deployed just at the wrong time for Anti-Beacon.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Front of Beacon, he's got away with that one a lot. But as I'm looking, is Alpha Arty looking to pit? He's looking at pits, and yes, he does. Him and Adam Lee follow suit. 2 wet wipes of F1 have came into pits to follow suit. It looks like a hard tyre for the both of them. And yeah, medium tyre for Adam Lee, so it looks like a 2-stop there for Renault. Alpha Arty on the hard, and King Con looks like he's going to stay out. I don't think he's taking control anyway. BDG Clone, he's got a 1 change. I think he might have had a collision with Rampage. Those two both come into the pit, so those two both fitted the medium tyre, Clone on the hards. So yeah, this has really spaced up the strategies now, as we're back to green flag racing. And yeah, nearly a free pit stop for a few of those lads at the back there.
Yep, so they're going to, Alpha Arty and Clone will be going to the end of this race almost definitely. So it'll be interesting to see how that strategy works out for them. But Sims still under pressure here from Anti-Beacon. Anti-Beacon was the on-track race winner last time out. Sims was the pole man last time out, but did fall away under race pace. And it looks as if Anti-Beacon does have a little more pace on this stint compared to Sims. But Sims, obviously, he might be tyre saving. He does, if he says he's going to do the one-stop soft medium, he's going to have to do a lot of tyre saving. That could be what he's doing at the moment, which is giving Anti-Beacon such a pace advantage over the Williams at the moment. Now, Anti-Beacon has got a good opportunity again, potentially, if the virtual safety guard doesn't come out. on this straight. JJ's also caught up within DRS range now, which he wasn't before the virtual safety car, so that's going to this has benefited him. But Antis Beacon on Sims with the DRS, he pulls out to the inside. He's got the move done before he's even hit turn 1. A good move there from Antis Beacon. He's up into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix for RFL Season 6 with JJ Rocks on the back of Sims. He might have a run up towards turn 4 as Racing Point. He's got a brilliant run using overtake DRS to the inside, and that's going to be P2 for the Racing Point on the medium compound tyres, and he's taken the position. Good move there by JJ Rocks.
Yeah, further back, Advanced Fish made a move up into P4 and Vapid as well, following suit up into P6, and fairly simple moves for them there. Further back, so Adam Lee getting by Alpha in those medium tyres, and that'll put Adam Lee up into the point positions.
Yeah, Adam Lee obviously though, he will be pitting again on that softer compound Alpha RT, aiming to go to the end of this race on those hard compound tyres. Rampage and Clone as well, they're going to be they're battling at the moment. Antis Beacon under pressure here from the Racing Point of JJ Rock. Sims is falling away a little bit from this pack, but he's still tucking in the DRS. He's still close, but I don't think he has the pace at the moment to stick with him. The dirty SE2 maybe highlighting that issue more than it actually is there. As JJ Rock's coming now down towards the final corner, tucked behind into the slipstream of Antis Beacon in the Mercedes, looking for a way he could potentially find a way through. Let's have a look around the final corner. Is he going to have a good enough exit? They both got similar amounts of ERS, but JJ obviously with slipstream and DRS is going to give him advantage. Fast lap of the race as well. Slipstream, very powerful. Overtake ERS, very powerful. Round the outside he goes, but Antis Beacon still on the inside, still trying to be there and still trying to hold this lead. But JJ Rocks around the outside is taking the lead in this race, and he's up into P1.
Yeah, might not be over yet. It looks like Antis Beacon might be coming back. Thanks there.
Oh, Rampage is retired.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt that.
Yeah, it looks like Antis Beacon there. He's stopped better that one. Looking for the back as well. Vapid, he's making inroads, and he's going to move up into P5 at Cal 17 F1. He might want to come back at that one. Vapid as well. Will he try and make a move on Advanced Fish? That ERS isn't looking great for the Williams though, but he's up into P5, and also as you mentioned, Kislesko spinning as well. Is not ideal for him. But yeah, Vapid making great inroads here, still all over the back of Advanced Fish through this first sector. He's nearly pushed him through here, and he'll definitely be looking to make a move on the Mercedes soon.
Yep, oh, that was Rossi almost going straight into the back of his teammate there in the McLaren. Vapid making good progress through the field at the moment. Antis Beacon trying his best to stick on those soft tyres which wear and overheat very quickly around this track. On JJ Rocks, who's on the mediums obviously. JJ locking up there into turn number 13. But JJ looks very strong on race pace at the moment, and it looks like Brad and Sims are just on the wrong tyre at the moment. Sims is very close though to the back of Antis Beacon, and is potentially going to have a run on his championship rival as they head out of the final corner with slipstream. Obviously they both have DRS here, and Antis tucks out the slipstream. Sims not following it. He's going to stay behind Antis for this lap. He doesn't want to make the move, and he stays in P3.
Yeah, just looking for the back. Looks like Vapid will be trying to make a move for P4, the man that blocked him in qualifying. It leads the revenge now for Vapid. Advanced Fish defending the inside. He's going to force Vapid to go round outside. He's not alongside it, so you're going to have to do the move in the break, and he breaks late around outside of the Mercedes. Can he make it stick though? And yes, he can. What a move there from Vapid. It's bold on the brakes, and that was beautiful there from your championship leader. Flying losses will get invited to make Cal champion F1, and that'll move Larozzi up into P6.
Yep, the Advanced Fish though dive down the inside there of Vapid, but Vapid switched back there on turn 4 and has got the position back, so very opportunistic there from Advanced Fish, but he didn't pay off in the end. Vapid now can try and run away on those intermediates. Antis Beacon made a massive mistake, and Sims actually got through into P2, and it looked like Antis was very slow off turn 10 and made a mistake, probably lost traction on the exit and had to try and pick the car up and lost a second or two. And that's put Sims up into P2, and now can try and catch back up to JJ Rocks, because JJ obviously only one stopping. It's important and critical that Sims and Antis Beacon stay close to him so that they can have the advantage later on and actually potentially try and win this race. But at the moment JJ in a very promising position in the lead on those medium compound tyres.
Yeah, he's looking just to control the race now. Yeah, it isn't looking the best for him. But just switch your attention out, Flying Aussie, the man in P6, he'll be now looking to follow Vapid feet and get by Advanced Fish with those old soft compound tyres now for Advanced Fish to those hard for Rosie. Well, doesn't look at with 2 hard on fish, pulled into the pit lane, so it's 3 DRS for Rossi, and he can use that to close it back up to Vapid. Rossi will be one to watch out for now. If he can get some fresh air now, especially with Vapid, he'll be dragged along by Vapid. When it comes to the medium spin, I think Rossi will be one to watch out for near the end of this race.
Yep, advanced fish into the pits on hard. Okay, so let's go also into the pits. Probably hard compound tyres. Have a look as he comes in. Yep, hard compound tyres. So interesting, the leaders are still staying out on those softs, whilst drivers in the midfield have decided that they want to come in very early compared to the leaders. But obviously these guys at the front are quicker, and also you usually see the quicker guys have better tyre wear skill, and they usually can eke out the tyres for longer. That's just what I generally see, that the quicker guys are better with the tyres, which seems to be a contradiction, because you'd expect the guys who are quicker to actually be worse than the tyres, but they are better, and that is helping Sims and to Beacon stretch out this stint. They could also be thinking that it's a benefit to stay out longer to help their strategy. Sims, if he's going on mediums, he wouldn't be able to pit now, it's way too early. But he is in DRS with JJ Rock, so he's actually keeping good pace at the moment. And to Beacon falling away and into the pits this lap. And what tyres are he going on to? The hard compound tyres have been brought out, and he's pitted onto them. Is he going to come out ahead of Vapid? No, he's not. He's actually going to file out behind both McLarens here, which is going to maybe harm him in terms of traffic. Those guys are running long, so we'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one for him now. It's probably time now for Sims to pit as well. We'll be looking for him to pit soon, but he's doing quite well just to stick behind JJ Rox's DRS at the moment, especially with these souls. So probably not at the prettiest point now, so he'll be coming to pit soon.
Oh, and to Beacon span on his hard compound tyres. He span out of turn 2 on the outlap. Cold tyres, cold brakes, and just span on traction on the exit. He's trying to warm up his tyres rapidly now as he heads up towards turn 4. He's dropped behind Adam Lee. I did want to mention though, Flying Aussie, the game showing he's on fresh hard tyres, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't pitted.
He started on those hards, yeah. He did start on those hards. It's looking good at the moment as well though. Just behind Vapid, so he's been that one to look out near the end of this race. But what a shame there for Beacon, because I think that means there's that podium place is wide open, because those front three are not in the world of their own, to be honest with you. But now, now Vapid and Rossi, they're really in this fight for that third place.
Yep, well, someone's pit this lap. No, he decides not to. He probably knows about Anton's spin. He might have the full mini-map on. He'll be able to see, or he might have been told by somebody. If he's in a party with Adam Lee, maybe Cal F1, he would know. But yeah, I mean, for Sims is a very good opportunity now, because he can just focus on one car. He doesn't have to worry about the undercut that Ant Beacon was trying. He can just focus on how he's going to manage this race against JJ Rocks. And those two now look like they're in a 2-horse race with this victory here, with Vapid 17.8 seconds behind on the same strategy as JJ Rocks.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at Van Fischer. He's getting by King Cont's AI, who's still in the race. He's still driving a solid car, so Van Fischer's now up in at P9. But surprised that BDG Colin, not too sure what's happened to him in this race. He's a very quick driver, but he's not really found too much pace this race. Yeah, I was quite surprised at that one, but surely Sims will be pitting this lap as well. Just changing the subject. Was sort of really not looking good, and he's falling out of the DRS of JJ Rocks, which isn't ideal for JJ now, because JJ would probably like to kind of extend that gap, especially in this period when the mediums are the quicker tyre. Because I wouldn't be surprised when JJ Rocks pits, when he comes out the pits, that Sims will be ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, Sims, I think it's almost a given that, given he stretches these tyres, he's going to have the track position. But just how much track position will he have? It depends on when he pits and what tyres he pits onto. Looks like he's coming in this lap, so
10
of 29. He set it for a long stint. This is a moment of truth now. Is it going to be for mediums for a one stop, or is it going to be hard for a guaranteed one stop? Mediums, 19 laps. It
nah,
really
no way. Oh, that's mediums.
I mean, it's a stretch.
Oh my god.
It is mediums in the pit. He is going to do it, and this will actually give him brilliant pace, because obviously JJ is likely to pit onto hard in a couple of laps' time. So on those hard compound tyres, he will actually probably be slower than Sims for a couple of laps. Sims on those mediums, but Sims obviously massive tyre saving that he'll be doing. It might be close on pace, but then the race is going to come to JJ, and it's just whether Sims can hold on to the track position whilst preserving his tyres, He's come out in the perfect track position, just ahead of the McLaren of Cal 17 F1, and about 5 seconds away from Flying Aussie, who will be going long, so he probably will have to overtake Aussie on track. But good track position been given to Sims here, and he's also 13 seconds away from ahead of Ante Beacon, who span earlier in this race.
Yeah, that span's really not done anything for Ante Beacon. He's on to nearly a certain podium if he just kept it clean, but a costly error. It looks like it's going to cost him a lot of points today, but he's still done a good recovery drive, closing up to Adam Lee fairly quickly. So yeah, it's not been the end of the world for Ante Beacon, but he'll be kicking himself for that mistake he made earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in a good position for points. It's just going to be a long race from here now. Let's have a look at if there are any close battles on track. The closest battle at the moment is the battle for P2, Flying Aussie versus Vapacoot. Clone gets past the AI of King Kong. Vapacoot in P2, Flying Aussie in P3. Vapid on those mediums, so it's meant to be quick, but now the race is coming, the tyres are coming back towards Rossi as those mediums begin to wear out. So Rossi is coming towards Vapacoot, but Vapid will pit earlier, gain a lot of track position, most likely, but then Rossi's going to come back at him later in the race on those medium tyres. So that battle is going to be one to watch for potentially third place at the end of this race, with Sims obviously in a P2. But this battle at the moment, it looks like it's not going to go to anything for a couple of laps yet. So far, we'll just recap the race. JJ Rocks has gone from 9th to 4th in the first lap, then picked his way through the field, but Sims was the race leader for quite a while. Then Ante Beacon got him, and then JJ Rocks then overtook both of them, and then Sims has overtaken Ante Beacon, who then pitted onto the hard command tyres, going to the end of the race. He then span on pit exit, dropped down to 7th place, while Sims is running in 4th at the moment. Driver's yet to pit though, of course. But Sims now, he's just trying to make his strategy work. He's going on medium tyres, so he's going to stretch a long stint on those yellow command tyres. They're not really designed to go this long in this race, but he's going to try and make it work and potentially get the jump on JJ Rocks, who comes into the pits now.
Yeah, no, this is very interesting. I would be very surprised if JJ came out ahead. What is how far ahead is Sims from JJ? Will JJ come out behind Cal 17 F1? Because if he does, that could be a massive blow. The hard compound tyres, as expected, going in the racing point. He leaves the pit box now. Where is Sims? He's coming across he's coming to the start finish straight now. He crosses the line just a bit now. JJ Rocks is actually near the exit of the pit lane, and I think he might he's still out ahead of Sims. Outstanding there from JJ Rocks. The medium tyres for Sims has not paid dividends, and JJ Rocks has made the overcut work, and actually that gap is extended ever so slightly. Great 3 laps there from JJ to retain this net race lead.
Yeah, he did well there. I did notice that the pit window graphic opened up after he pitted, so he might have pitted a lap earlier, expecting the undercut from Sims, and he was probably watching that gap as a leader. Obviously, you can see the gap to 4th, and decided that Sims has got his tyres warmed up. He was beginning to catch and decided to pit then, and he does a brilliant outlap there, brilliant in-lap, sorry, and has made that strategy work to perfection. He's now got the track position, while Sims is on the more compromised tyre-saving strategy here, which relied on having the track position to make it work.
Yeah, and I think Sims will be kicking himself now. He's done it for the commentary, so we cannot complain. But yeah, I mean, if Sims makes this work, I will be very, very impressed. I mean, I thought soft to hard was a stretch, never went soft to medium, so if he makes this one work, I'll be very surprised. But I think, in terms of winning this race, I think that one might just be out the window for the Williams one.
Yeah, I think another interesting point though is that I did see on the graphic, the game predicts that the tyres will go no longer than 15 laps for softs. Obviously they did potentially qualifying on those tyres. Some of them, I know JJ didn't, but I think, no, Vapid didn't either. But yeah, I mean, if they did do qualifying on them, that was included, then potentially it's even less than 15 laps. But even if it's a 17, that's still 2 laps that Sims has got to try and eke out of them in a potential puncture range, or just at a very slow pace. He's got to eke those out over the next couple of laps, sorry. JJ Rocks though, interesting, he's on the back of Flying Rossi, and this could potentially give an opportunity to Sims if Rossi tries to fight this position. Rossi obviously in the lead of this race, but he has to pit. He's on those hards going on to mediums later, but he might try and defend this in case of a safety car or virtual safety car, so he can come out in a strong position to attack these guys later on he might think it's better to defend. We'll see what he does as they come onto the DRS straight here.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting one. He'll be looking to get by him fairly quickly. Just in terms of his race, it's a fairly quick, fairly solid recovery drive from him so far. But as they come on the back straight, you can call it that. No, I don't think he'd be pro off to wait out for the pit straight. Adam Lee doesn't look like he's got that great pace on the mediums. He obviously will have to pit again. And same with JJ Rocks as well on the back of Rozzy. I don't think Rozzy will defend this one too much. Oh, as he gives him a bit of
into the
tap.
back, flying off.
I don't think there's too much damage there. Oh, is Rozzy maybe coming at the pits? Oh dear, he's made that one awkward for him, but JJ Rocks is a fairly easy move there for him. Flying Nottingham, very good mates. Rozzy got him 6 times in Minecraft the other night, so these two are in the best of moods with each other. So yeah, wouldn't expect that one to be too hard. And same with Ant Beacon over the back of Adam Lee. It looks like a very similar move to the one JT Rocks made moments ago. He pulls to the right hand side, and it looks like it can be a drag race to turn one a bit. Who will break later between the two? Will it be Ant Beacon or will it be Adam Lee going around the outside? And it looks like it's a fairly straightforward one there for Ant Beacon, and he's moved that Mercedes up into P4.
Yep, so at the moment he's in that P3, obviously flying Rozzy yet to pit, but Rozzy will come out on mediums later on this race and will be have the pace to attack. But obviously I think Vapid Coot will be ahead of Rozzy when he pits, so it will be Rozzy versus it looks like those Antiv and Vapid with Adam probably going to pit again, or he will pit again in this race. So interesting battle brewing for the final podium position. I just don't see now a battle for the lead with Sims on those mediums. He's going to have to really tyre conserve. We could see a tyre blowout at the end of this race, so watch this space. The battle for P2 is not done yet, but I would imagine that on track there's not going to be any battles for that P2, and it will all be down to P3 between Antiv Beacon, Vapid and Flying Rozzy.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. It's actually quite mad that how Ant Beacon spun the car and he's still P3. It just shows you how far those front three were ahead of them, and it was all in those first few laps. It was just they kind of got away, and they got away from all that kind of drama and all the spinning and the kind of battles. And they kind of just pushed away and they done their own little thing, and they got such a big gap. And it shows you Ant Beacon's managed to spin, and he's technically still ahead of Vapid and Rozzy, which I think's pretty remarkable. But Vapid will be closing them down very quickly, and especially when Rozzy comes into the pits, he'll be absolutely fine. Excuse the pun.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, over the first... Oh, as Adam trying to have another go at Ant Beacon, but can't make it done. Let's have a look if he can have a go into turn 4 before I talk about what I was going to talk about. DRS open. He's using overtake here. He's not got much ERS though. He's got the run. He's going to the outside. He's going to make the move for P4. He's battling this position despite being on the contrary strategy, and he can't make the move done there. Happen there. But yeah, what I was going to say is that... Oh yeah. Vapid in the first couple of laps, really, I think it was about lap 9, the gap was about 70 seconds between JJ, or the race leader at the time, to Vapid. Now it's only 22 and they've both pitted. That kind of shows that Vapid has got a decent pace. It's just that those early laps in the traffic, especially starting at the back, has really compromised him, and how important it is to get a good qualifying. Even on a track where you can overtake like Bahrain, and for Adam Lee, it's still all over the back of Antiv Beacon. Antiv Beacon seemed to have the pace before, but Adam Lee is really coming back despite being on very old medium compound tyres. We will see Adam Lee in the pits within a couple of laps, most likely, for a new set of mediums, but Adam Lee's not giving this fight up at all. He wants to fight, as Flying Rozzy's coming to the pits.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the battle for P7 Alpha. It looks like the Bounty Hunter is being hunted up from 3 drivers, in fact, Ford, Cal and Advanced Fish, all been closed up to Alpha in his last few laps. And it looks like Artie is going to have a proper task in his hands there if he wants to keep that P7.
Yeah, let's just see where Flying Rozzy's going to come out. He's at the end of the pit lane now. Vapid's going to get him, and he's going to come out about 4 seconds behind the Williams. Let's have a look as they come out of the pits. About 3.2 seconds. Yeah, 3.2-ish behind Vapid Coop. He's going to take a couple corners from one of those tyres, so he's going to actually lose a bit more time as Advanced Fish goes up the inside of Alfarati and outbrakes himself and goes back down at T8, and now he's going to be honourable to Cal 17 F1 in a McLaren up this straight. For P8 this is the battle for, as the BAG clone got a brilliant run on Cal, going to the outside of turn 4, going to try and outbrake Cal, but can't do it. No, he can do it, and around the outside he goes up into P9.
Yeah, it's a good move there from Clone. He's I think for his standards he'll be pretty disappointed with this one, but it's good that he's getting to show his class now, and he'll probably be looking to hunt down Advanced Fish and AlphaRi now.
Yeah, so going back to Flying Aussie, he's now got he's got 3 seconds to close down to Vapakut. Adam Lee is being caught by Vapakut now and has dropped off Antibeacon. So if Adam Lee doesn't pit, this is going to throw another spanner into the works with Adam Lee potentially holding up Vapid when in battle, or just in general when Vapid's stuck behind the Renault, and that could bring Flying Aussie closer to Vapid. It looks like Flying Aussie is actually fastest on track at the moment on those fresh mediums. He's catching the leader. The other flag in sector 2, I believe that's Kislesko, has gone off. So yeah, he's had a disappointing day. He span early on in this race, now he span again down there, and he's out of the points at the moment, but he will be hoping that some carnage ahead will give him some points in this race. He did start P3, remember, but lap 1 carnage put him down to 11th, and then a couple of spins from there, and really not helped his day.
Yeah, another interesting thing I found there is Vapakut only, it was only 13%, it's up to 20% now. ERS, he's really been pushing these last year up compared to Flying Aussie on 84%. So Vapid really may be vulnerable here. Oh, Beacon had a massive moment, he's managed to save it. Oh wow, that would have been absolutely very unlucky if he didn't manage to hold that one, but luckily did for his sake. But yeah, just go back to that point with Vapakut there. Not much DRS on for the Williams compared to Rossi, who's got a lot in the tank. So Rossi, if you excuse the pun, is absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, and it looks like Vapakut, because of that lack of EOS, he's not able to use it to get past Adam Lee, because he's going to try and save some for when Rossi's coming, and Rossi's coming very quickly. 1.5 the gap is now, especially with Adam Lee holding up Vapid though. He's got to clear him quickly, but Adam Lee, we're expecting to probably see this lap in the pit, so he doesn't want to risk anything either to try and get past the Renault. So it's kind of, what do you do with Vapakut here? You need to get past the Renault, but then also he could be pitting, and you've got a flying Grothy coming towards you at that rate if not. Adam Lee stays out another lap, so Vapid's got to get the move done this time out. But look at how much EOS he's using to try and get this move done. And Adam Lee trying to swerve around, break the slipstream, because he knows, well, he doesn't know, but Vapid has no EOS, so he can't actually get the speed. As down the inside goes Vapakut, and he can't make the move because he's locked up. He can just make the move. Adam tries to fight back, but can't. But now out the hill, Adam using all the EOS he's got in the tank. Even though he's fighting against DRS, he's going to be there round the outside, but he can't get the move done. But on the switchback, he's going to try and cut back and under Vapakut, and up the inside into the SS section. He can't do it, but now Vapid's got the position, and now is he going to be able to hold up Flying Aussie? No, Flying Aussie's got through as BG closed the tire from the session and left instantly, but Flying Aussie's got up through that position. He's really capitalised there from that battle, and has got through an Adam Lee, and is right on the back of the Williams now with much more EOS.
Yeah, it was a really good day from Rossi, the best time possible. Adam Lee get a little bit out of shape there from fighting with Vapid. He just swooped down the inside. He's not AOR fighting, so nothing. And yeah, it was a really good move there for Rossi, and they'll be, as you said, to close down Vapakut. And after that, the podium does look on for him. Only 3.8 seconds up the road is a struggling Anti-Beacon on a lot older hard tyres. So if Rossi can get rid of Vapid quickly, he could definitely be looking for a podium.
Yep, Rossi obviously right on the back of Vapakut, trying just to find a way through. He's going to be able to do this very easily, even before the corner. He's got DRS, he's got slipstream, he's got the ERS, and he's got the move done way before turn 1. Easy move there for the McLaren. The Williams cannot fight back at all, and it's P4 for Rossi.
Yeah, Rossi's had a great race there from Black Skid as well. As Adam Lee pits for soft tyres, that's an interesting one. He'll come out probably not too far actually behind AlphaRi. Cal 17 F1 might just get ahead of him. Yes, he will. So it'll be P9 for Adam Lee, but on those soft tyres, he'll really be looking to close down on Cal 17 F1 and Advanced Fish and AlphaRi.
Yep, so Advanced Fish on the back of AlphaRi as mentioned. Let's see if he can make this move on the next DOS zone down after turn 10. It is quite a short back straight, so he might not be able to make it happen there, but he will be able to make it happen on the front straight if he's quick enough. But let's have a look as he comes through the final complex corner. Has he got the pace to get through? Right on the back of the Ferrari. He's got a decent exit, but not really enough EOS to potentially challenge, and I think he's going to have to stay behind for a little bit longer into the final sector. He's going to have to stay behind, but he will have a run down the main straight, and at the moment Advanced Fish looks like the much faster car in this battle.
Yeah, he does unlock those fresh hards as well, probably, or I say fresher hards, probably doing a little bit of favours for him as well. We were interested to see Wally get the move done. Now I feel we've been stuck behind Darty for a while now. It's looked like that Ferrari news view has been there for, has been a sight for a while now. They come through final corner now, all speed up here will dispatch Alpha Arty. They come through the final corner now, DRS for the Mercedes overtake will be enabled. But Arty, he does look fast in a straight line, fair him. And I don't think Advanced Fish
has no EOS.
Yeah,
that. He goes down the inside. He's outbroken.
That is very ambitious. I think he's working. He's made it work, and he's squeezed Alpha a little bit. He spun it on the exit.
Nope.
Oh dear. It would have been so good right up until that point. Very unfortunate for Advanced Fish. A little bit too trigger happy on the throttle. But yeah, it would a 10 out of 10 for effort. And Alpha, I think, got a bit of a fright there, but he can take that. He's a bounty hunter, he's prepared for those situations. He read that one very well, and that's why he's a bounty hunter. He's good at his job.
Yep, Adam Lee's pitted onto... Adam Lee's trying to go around the outside cow. He's pitted onto Softcom on tyres, interesting call. He does obviously want to... he might be going fastest lap here, which he is in a position to get on those Softcom on tyres. It will be significantly quicker than any car at the moment. The only driver that might challenge that is Flying Rossi on those fresh mediums. Adam Lee on the soft side, I imagine, would get it. But obviously we know how quick Rossi is. But we'll see how he does. He needs to dispatch a cow quickly to make anything happen here, because Dirty Air's not going to give him the fastest lap that he's probably looking for at the moment. Those softs will fade quickly, as we saw in the opening stint compared to those mediums.
Yeah, definitely. Just quickly, you mentioned Rossi there. 1.6 seconds is the gap between him and Beacon, and it looks like at this rate we'll have a very good last few lap scraps for that podium position. But for the battle for P7, Adam Lee closing in Cal 17 F1. It looks like it'll be going round outside there for the Renault, and it's fairly simple there for Adam Lee. Now with P7, and now they can close down big Alpha male after.
Yeah, he's already right on the back actually of Alpha Rossi within DOS range. But you could actually get it done very quickly. As yellow flag in sector 3, that's Gisesco again off. He's really having a torrid day, but he isn't the points if you can just keep it going, as staying out the way of the leaders there. But yeah, Adam Lee trying to fight Alpha Rossi as he go up the inside there into the S section. Can't make it happen. But now down towards turn 8, he's going to go around the outside, try and make the stick. Alpha Rossi leaves him just enough space, but then punches him off the track on that exit of turn 8. And Adam Lee has to stay behind for a little bit longer on to the Ferrari, but now on the exit of turn 10, significantly better traction on those softs might give him a run, but no, Alpha Rossi has so much more EOS. He's using that to break away from the Renault, and he stays in P6.
Yeah, now just looking as well, battle for P4 or P3, sorry, is getting even better now. 1.2 seconds it looks like. Rossi will be within the DRS range next lap, so it'll be maybe 5-6 laps. For Rossi, make that move on top of moves. Adam Lee all over the back of Alfari now. He's waving, he's not happy for whatever reason. It's Adam Lee, of course, is not happy. So as he comes into the final corner now, he'll be sized up that move on the Ferrari. Can he get the exit he needs? And it looks like it's been a fairly good exit. Alfari, he's probably defenceless now. He's got the DRS, they'll use that overtake. He's not get much of it, but he'll use every single last bit of it until he makes that move. Alfari squeezes him and squeezes him. And Adam Lee is as much as he's got the inside. The move is not done, and he swipes back over that racing line. Aggressive defending there, maybe a little bit personal between the two, but Adam Lee, he made it work and up into P6.
Yeah, now Cal's been released to try and hack Alpha Rossi. All this battling has put him right on the back of the Ferrari, but the Ferrari's actually broken away through turn 1 and 2, and he's still right at the back of the Renault. The Renault on this soft will probably break away very, very quickly on this group and now go for that fastest lap that he'll probably be trying to chase in this final part of the lap. Let's have a look who has fastest lap at the moment. It's actually BGJJ Rocks, 28.9, which Adam Lee will be hoping to get. And it's probably his best chance as well, with DRS on that lap, pretty uncompromised since turn 1. It's probably his best chance at getting that fastest lap on this lap here, also with the fresher tyres. So let's keep an eye on his pace. Flying Rossi on the back of Anti Beacon, now within DRS range, he'll catch very quickly. Not going to be in striking distance on this straight, but he is obviously now within a striking range for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, definitely. Looking as though Cal something in front on the back of our party. Artie's hard, definitely not doing him any favours now. And yeah, he's really starting to draw back now, Cal. Oh, he's at a mega moment there. Cal's nearly slamming the brakes to avoid him. And as they come down across, as they come across the line, can't get the words out of my mouth here. Start lap 24, it looks like Cal 17 in front, we'll start lap 24. And P7 Alpha, though he's not going to go it down without a fight. Or while he Cal 17 in front, he swoops to the inside. And that with P7 there, fought the McLaren man. But while Artie fights to come up the hill now, I don't know about it. He's got that DRS, he's got overtake enabled. What can Cal 17 F1 do? He's using overtake as well, he knows he has to defend this one. And as they come into turn 3 or 4, I think this is, Cal 17 F1 should stay in P7. But Artie, he has got a very good exit, and he was not really going down without a fight. Cal's going to have to give him the room on the inside. And Artie goes down the inside, Cal, he's squeezing it out in there. There was a bit of contact between the two. And in the end, Artie managed to keep that position.
Yep, Artie, great defending there. Rossi on the back now of Anton Beacon for the final podium position. We'll check penalties between these guys in a minute, but as they head down towards the final corner, Rossi versus Anton Beacon, former race leader versus last time out race leader at one point. We've got Flying Rossi, he's going to have DRS. He's got much more EOS than Anton Beacon. He's now got the opportunity to take the lead of this race. Not the lead of this race, sorry, his first place in this race in the final podium position. Around the outside turn one, Anton Beacon's got the pace to defend it on the inside, trying to squeeze and Flying Rossi as much as they can. They made contact together, but it looks like Flying Rossi's got the position. They made contact through the turn 2 complex, not really sure how that came off in terms of damage for either of them. I think they both got away with it, but definitely not good news for Anton Beacon. He's lost that position and is now potentially being caught by Baku. I believe that gap's smaller than it was at the start of the stint.
Yeah.
But Flying Rossi's picked up a penalty, so let's have a look at the penalties.
Oh, that's very costly for him. I just checked it. Anton Beacon's got none. So Rossi, that's probably just cost him a podium there. Anton Beacon won't know yet, but it is very unlikely that we're going to see Rossi gap Anton Beacon 3 seconds in those 4 laps. So I think that mistake there from Rossi has just cost him the podium.
Yep, Advanced Fish in the fastest lap of this race. He's pitted for softs. Okay, so let's go fit for softs as well. He believes he can catch back up to King Kont. He's right behind him. Obviously it's an AI, so I'm going to twitch that out. But yeah, 2 drivers going fastest lap at the moment. Well, Adam Lee as well, but Adam Lee doesn't look like he's going to get it with how old those tyres are and how long he's been battling Alfa Arti and Cal 17 F1. So 2 drivers going fastest lap. Advanced Fish versus Kislesko, so we'll see who comes on top there. But Flying Rossi at the moment, just ahead of Sims. Just ahead of Anton Beacon. Sims in second place, 5.6 off the lead. Not sure on the state of his tyres. No, now 14th lap on those tyres. Riding on board with him. The tyres look okay, but obviously we can't really see much graining on the game, so I'm not really sure how close he is to that puncture range and how severe the tyre wear is on those tyres.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of an interesting one, actually. Yeah, I'd be very impressed if it does, but it didn't need to, it's soft to medium or even medium hard was probably the best strategy, but you rate the balls of them, and it might just pay off for him.
Yeah, it might have paid off for him though if he got the track position. I mean, that's probably what the aim was, because he would have had so much more traction compared to JJ Rock's hards that you probably would have been able to defend that for quite a while. Yeah. And I guess the idea was it would have been faster as well to JJ Rocks and also the rivals that would have pitted for hards like normal people. So, I mean, I think that the idea is inspired, but the way that the race transpired just didn't help him at all. Alfa Arti's pitted now as well. I think he had a little off sector 3, pitted and dropped the position to Advanced Fish, so not exactly sure why he did that. Advanced Fish wasn't in position to catch him, but he's come out on the freshest off going fastest lap in this race. But yeah, you keep a real close eye on Sims. 3 laps to go. JJ Rocks has dominated this race really since in this final stint. 5.5 ahead. That gap's actually closed a little bit in the last lap or 2, but JJ's really controlling the race. And Sims, will he be able to make it to the end on those tyres? How well has he done this tyre wear? And he's driven well if he can take them 90 laps at a decent pace as well.
Yeah, definitely. And when JJ Rocks has not really been mentioned too much this race. But yeah, what a race he's had, came in here and he's drove a faultless race starting from, I think, was it 9th or 8th, can't really see the back. But yeah, he got a great start up into P5 and he's not really had to fight too much, but he's controlled this race perfectly. He's got a 6-second gap and without any qualms it looks like he'll be taking this race victory.
Yep. Gio just trying to keep the car on the road and not make any stupid mistakes at the end of the race. He's actually now opening up a gap again to Flying Rossi, who's obviously one of the fastest guys on track at the moment. With those tyres.
That gap between Anton Deacon, and Rossi is 2.2 seconds, and I completely writ off Rossi. He has a great chance, of salvaging this podium. He only needs 6/10 in this final lap. It is 100% possible. He's given it his all.
2 laps.
Yeah, 2 laps. Yeah, sorry, because JJ's already across the line. So yeah, he's got a great chance. If he keeps this pace up, it looks like Rossi might just salvage this podium.
Yep, Vapokute's definitely out of the running now. He has no penalties either. We'll check the penalties at the front. I believe that they're both clean, but we need double check anyway. JJ's fine. 2 warnings actually recently. Sims is fine though. But I mean, a penalty for JJ would probably not mean too much because he's got a 6-second lead, and that's not really showing any signs of dwindling very quickly, especially with how old those tyres are. And that's a huge lock up there for Sims in towards turn 8. Not going to help his tyres. I don't believe that's a tyre that takes much strain. Actually, no, it is a tyre that takes the strain around here, the front right. Because obviously it's a very lots of left-handers around this track. Means the front right takes a lot of beating. So we'll keep an eye on Sims over the final couple of laps. But the main gap, we need to watch the gap between Flying Rossi and Tabika, which hasn't extended too much on this lap so far. But that is really what we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, those tyres.
Final lap.
Yeah, those tyres and that, if he can really, probably going to go off now. 2.9 seconds. You can see Rossi using every single last bit of ERS he's got. As JJ just about to come across the line now. Is that lap 29? It's looking very simple for him, but it's a different story further back. 3 seconds there. It is now to Rossi. If he can keep this up for the final lap, it looks like that P3 will be his.
Yep, but watch out, those mediums might begin to go off a little bit competitive hard, but the hard's 18 laps old on Anti-Beacon and the spin as well. They are very old tyres. They might really struggle with it has dipped down back 2 seconds. It's really hovering around that 3 second mark, not changing too much. The final lap for JJ Rocks. I'm watching Sims a lot on the camera because he could potentially at any moment get a puncture. We're not sure on his tyre wear condition, but this is 2 laps longer than what's recommended on those tyres, and what the game believes that a normal person could take them under normal circumstances. But he's driven at a decent pace. He's not really lost too much time to stint. He's lost about 3-4 seconds to JJ in the stint, and is about 16 seconds ahead of the next car. So he's driven well if he takes to the end. He's got a few corners to go from P2, and that'll be a brilliant P2. But JJ Rocks in the lead of this race. What a brilliant drive from him so far. Well, with a few corners to go, I'm saying so far. But he's basically done it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 corners left from now on, and he's just got this one proper last corner, and that'll be it. It's been a great drive for him on his RFL return.
Yep, so JJ Rocks took a while out of RFL, and he's back for Season 6 on his debut as a reserve in Season 6. He comes across the line to win Bahrain, this round 2 of the RFL season. A great drive from him. Sims stretching those mediums out. He comes across the line in 2nd place. A good drive from him in the Williams. And then Flying Rossi, he's going to come home in 3rd. He's got a 4.3 second gap to Antabika. He will come across the line and finish on the podium. A good drive from him after the disappointment of Australia. And then Antabika finished 2nd last time out. And was on pole. No, he wasn't on pole last time out. But he comes home in 4th. And the championship leader before this round comes home in 5th position. Not championship leader anymore, I believe. But I'll have to check that after. Actually, he might still be championship leader.
Yeah,
as Adam Lee will come home in 6th place. He's got 4 second margin to Cal, so he's going to be clear for that. Fastest lap at the moment looks like it's going to Advanced Fish. Alpha Attitudes couldn't get it. Kisesco couldn't get it either. A couple tenths in it between them. But Adam Lee comes home in 6th place. Solid drive from him. A couple mistakes, but other than that, a very solid drive. Cal 17 F1 as well, solid drive from him in 7th position. Advanced Fish, he had quite a scrappy race, especially that spin in a battle with, I believe, Alfarati. He comes across the line in 8th place, not what he wants, but with the fastest lap point as well at 5 points. And then Alfarati started in the front row and finishes in 9th, and Kisesco 10th.
Yeah, well, there you have it. A little bit of a Not an RFL class, you'd say, but it was still a good race. JJ Rock's obviously done well to come back through good. You're driving the day, there you go, Vapid Q. He might still be a championship leader, he might not. But another solid drive from Vapid as well, starting from the actual back of the grid, not by choice either. So he's done well as well to recover that P5. Sims as well, what a bizarre strategy we've seen from him, that soft to medium. But he made it work. I mean, when he said damn qualifying in that group chat, I was a bit pessimistic for him, I should say. But he made it work, and it was great for him. Great races from all the front three, and I think they'll all be thoroughly happy for the results.
Yep, we'll invite the podium drivers, or if you do actually, since you're not streaming, but we'll invite the podium drivers now and see their thoughts on the race. It's very brilliant race from all of them. Brilliant race from all the top 5, I'd say, except maybe Ante Beacon with his spin. Alfarati actually took P8 out of Advanced Fish after Advanced Fish had 9 seconds worth of penalties in the end. Talents from this race, BG, Clone, Rampage and Smasher. So disappointment from them. I believe Smasher and Clone, I believe they all retired manually. I think Rampage had the EOS glitch or EOS failure, whatever you want to call it, which forced him to retire. And then Smash and Clone, not sure exactly what happened to them. King Kong as well, he was AI for most of the race. But as we run through the results, JJ wins, Sim 2nd, Rossi 3rd, Antiv 4th, Vapid 5th, Adam Lee 6th, Cal 17F1 in 7th, Alfarati in 8th, Advanced Fish in 9th and Kislesco in 10th, rounding off the points positions and the finishers of this race. So we have got our winner in the party, JJ Rock, so congratulations JJ. At the end, a very dominant drive after Ante Beacon had his troubles out of the pits, and Sims went for an interesting strategy, but just talk us through the race from your end, especially that start where you went from 9th to 4th.
Yeah, the start was fun. That was really fun. I think I just got a pad start, to be honest. Just lightning quick and just went down the inside. And then I think Adam Lee completely bottled it. He spanned. And yeah, it's just stay behind Brad and Sims for a little bit, and then Brad overtook Sims, and then I overtook Sims literally straight after. And yeah, and then I can't remember. Wait, did I? I think yeah, I overtook Brad as well. What happened to him? What actually happened to Brad?
He just span out the pits.
Oh right, okay. And then it was just a normal drive. Just from then on, just the rest of the race.
Yep. I mean, your strategy obviously was the medium to hard strategy. Were you worried, obviously, when you saw Sims come in and pit the mediums? Were you worried about what you might be trying to do? Obviously, he went for the one stop with those mediums. Were you worried that potentially he'd have a lot more pace on those mediums and have the track position? And how did you manage those pit stops in that pit phase?
I didn't actually know he was on mediums until I was just coming to the pits and I saw my left-hand corner. I didn't think he'd be able to take them to the end, and I thought he would have probably caught me up. But he was I think he was picking me for the first 2 laps by a little bit, and then they kind of started to even out on pace. So then I knew it would have been fine. I did have a massive moment in the second stint though.
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't have any questions. It was a very dominant drive from you in the end. Cal, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, I've got one. You and Adam Lee, you had your little moment of qualifying. What actually happened then?
So I was doing my amazing qualifying lap on Inters. I was just on my out lap, and on the second straight, I was just letting him go past, and he completely split me, turned into me. I went flying into the wall. I was lucky not to retire actually,
Wow.
and I retaliated. There we are.
Yeah, well, good driving from him
Yeah,
then.
well, I mean, we'll just see whether the podium drivers join.
Yeah, I
Rossi
think
just
Ross
joined briefly,
Yeah,
and Sims is still in the lobby, so I think they want to join, but I'm not sure.
Rosie said he was another invite. He'll hopefully join.
Oh, Sims can't load the notifications on the Xbox app, so I'll make the party open quickly, so he can join. I'll have to pick anyone who's not him. But yeah, we'll just try and get them in as soon as possible.
Is this round 2 of the championship?
Yeah, round 2.
Who won last race?
Vapid.
Ah.
So we'll just give them a minute to try and join, and then otherwise we'll wrap up the stream there. But I mean, Callum, who would you? Oh wait, no, Rosley's here actually. Never mind it. See whether he can connect. Yep, he can. That's good. So Rosie, welcome to the podium interviews. P3 for you. A good race in the end. You started into the back, and then you came through on a good strategy as well. Hards to mediums. You're the only driver to do that. Just talk us through your race and also your battle then with Antiv Beacon and Vapid towards those latter stages.
Vapid? Like what?
Yeah.
When was that?
You had a battle with Vapid near the end of the race when you were overtaking Vapid, then overtook Antiv Beacon.
It was
it
Antiv
Vapid?
Beacon. That was Antiv Beacon.
Yeah, and then overtook Antiv Beacon. It was both of them, was it?
When was the race?
I'm
Vapid?
100% sure it's both of them.
Oh,
Okay,
I know what you're
never mind
about. Right. What was the question again?
Yeah, after you pitted for mediums. Just talk us through your race, and then like after when you pitted for mediums, just your slicing through Vapid and then Antiv for that podium position.
It's alright, to be fair. I don't actually remember the overtake of Vapid, but I know Beacon got around the outside at turn 1, then dropped the we both got the rears, and then got through. But yeah, I don't know how Sims got medium CM from there, but he did, so well done to him. And JJ is just using them private school pad hacks.
Private school. I do not go to a private school.
Sure you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah. Can't complain.
So I mean, obviously, with the disappointment last time out of crashing pretty much on the final lap,
Don't remember that.
podium here must feel good. Do you think you can potentially launch a championship challenge? You have the pace, but I mean, with okay, I take that as a no. But I mean, with your pace, if you can qualify at the front, I mean, it could be possible.
But yeah, I think I don't really this. But I probably should have, because I think the lead is about 15 seconds ahead of us by lap 10. So because there's a lot of fighting going on in the midfield, so perhaps if I tried qualifying, then it'd have been a bit different. But yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. So congratulations on P3. I mean, we'll wrap it up there. Unless Callum, you have any questions for Rosie?
No, just well done on the PC.
Yeah, so that's the end of today's stream. RFL Season 6, Round 2 around Bahrain. We're back next week for Vietnam, everyone's favourite track. And can JJ Rocks, if he turns up, if he comes back, can he make it 2 in a row? Can Vapid hold on to his championship lead, which I believe he still has? We'll double check after this. But yeah, it's going to be a very entertaining race. We've got lots of drivers fighting for the championship. It's going to be one to watch. We'll see you then. Bye.